It is finally December, which means it is officially Christmas season, and today we are doing our first holiday-themed video, I guess, of this year. We've done them in previous years,
right.
But we're trying 5 limited edition Hershey Kisses to see what is the very best Christmas Hershey Kiss.
All right, should we tell them what we got here? We got sugar cookie, we've got hot cocoa, cherry cordial, candy cane, and mint truffle.
Ooh,
These
all right.
Sound pretty interesting.
I've definitely had this candy cane one before, but I think
Yes.
all the rest of them I've never had. So
Brand new.
I'm really excited to see how this goes. But before we get into the taste test, be sure to subscribe to our channel. If you haven't already, we post food reviews every single week, and we're trying to go for 2,000 subscribers.
All right, let's get into this. All right, we're getting started with our first one. It's hot cocoa.
Of course, we're getting started with our first one.
Yeah, I guess
Will
that
we
makes sense.
Start with our second one.
And it looks like on the picture here that it's got marshmallows in it. So I don't know, it's like milk chocolate.
I don't know if I'd actually be a huge fan of that because I don't love marshmallows that much.
Oh, wow. Well, they're not as much as it shows.
Yeah, what's
Here.
up with that? Look at this thing.
And then look at this thing.
There's barely any marshmallow in it.
Not quite the same.
Which actually, I just said I don't like marshmallows, so maybe that's a good thing.
Boy.
That might add some
Oh,
points.
you know what? I can kind of taste it.
In terms of the hot cocoa part, I can confirm it is not hot. And cocoa, well, that's just chocolate. So this is kind of a scam, I think, because it's not hot and cocoa is just chocolate. And of course, Hershey Kisses are chocolate.
And they didn't even really put any marshmallow in there, so.
Yeah, for me, this is not great. It still tastes decent because it's a Hershey Kiss.
I'm trying to decide if
But-
it tastes any different than a regular Hershey Kiss.
Maybe you should have gotten a normal one as kind of a baseline.
It does taste a little bit different. The chocolate's a little bit different flavor.
Oh yeah, by the way, if you couldn't figure this out by now, we're tasting these all individually.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna be rating them on a scale from 1 to 10. The Hershey Kiss with the highest combined score will be the very best.
Yep. So, to start off, I'm gonna not give this one very high points.
Uh-oh.
It's not as good as I was hoping. This has got a 5.5.
Well, I'm gonna give it a 5 because I think it is average. It kind of just tastes like a normal Hershey Kiss. The marshmallow is not great. The hot cocoa part is not great. Just
Yep.
average.
Okay, so total combined score of 10.5.
Next up is sugar cookie, and I have higher hopes for this one than the hot cocoa.
I don't know.
I think hot cocoa was kind of doomed from the start. They didn't have much of a chance because hot cocoa, like I was saying, wasn't hot and it's already cocoa. So what's special about it?
This is
nothing
kind of
much.
cool. I like the wrapper on this one. It's a little festive.
Whoa, smell of that.
I'm not really a big
Smells
sugar
like
cookie
sugar.
fan.
Oh, you know what?
That's-
You might like that one.
Oh,
It's crunchy.
I like the texture. That's cool.
Flavor.
I don't know. It is kind of like a sugar cookie, and it does kind of have a sugar cookie kind of flavor. It's not
It's not exact.
exact, and it's not great. It's very sugary sugar cookie.
Yeah, more sugar than cookie, I would say.
But it definitely tastes like a sugar cookie. Just like hyped up on extra sugar.
Yeah, and then you do get that little bit of chocolate. I think it's white chocolate in there, which I know you don't love. It's definitely better. Okay, I can't just keep eating these. We have to try 5 of these, so.
Points for the texture and also
Absolutely.
for it tasting like a sugar cookie. I just don't love it. But I'm going to rate it a little bit higher than the last one just because I think they did a good job of making it a sugar cookie. So I'm going to give that a 6.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna give it a 6.5 because the texture mostly. the flavor is decent, but that crunch makes it pretty good.
All right. Well, that still kicked the pants off the last one. 12.5 points combined total score.
Jeez, totally kicked the pants off. 2 whole extra points.
That's
a
huge.
lot.
That
That's
is
what I'm
definitely-
talking about.
All right,
It's
so
tempting.
third here we've got the candy cane variety. And this one looks pretty cool. I like the stripes, how they did that.
I'm
That's just
afraid
nicely done.
if I eat this, it's going to ruin it because the smell is so amazing. I
And
don't think
little-
the taste can be better.
Little candy canes all over the wrapper. It's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
It does smell really good actually. Nice
Peppermint.
peppermint flavor. Yeah.
I mean,
Scent.
we both said flavor, but smell.
And it's got a little bit of crunchies in there. Tiny
Never
little
mind.
crunchies.
That did not ruin it. Tasting it. That is the best tasting one by far, I
That
think.
one's definitely best. Yes.
And it's like little tiny slivers of candy cane in there, which makes the texture much better too.
Yeah. I like that one
Okay.
a lot actually. That's good.
And a nice little aftertaste, peppermint aftertaste.
Wow. I'm gonna have to give that one like a 9. I'm
Yeah.
going big on that one.
I'm gonna give that an 8.5. And I kind of am sad because this is like the boring one.
But
I mean,
it's so traditionally Christmas, like
yeah,
the
it is true.
peppermint candy cane stuff. It's very good Christmas candy.
All right, so that's the highest so far.
Let's see, I gave it
what's
a 9, you gave it an 8.5, so 17.5. That's pretty close to 20.
Now that blew the pants off the last two. Cherry cordial is up next. And this is another one where you can really smell that cherry right as I opened up the bag.
Oh,
You get that
yeah.
scent, and maybe you didn't because your sense of smell is not as strong as mine.
Not
but
great. But getting up close, I
Yeah.
can smell that really well. Cherry chocolates are one of my mom's favorite candies during the holidays. So this is in memory of her.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. And
They
don't be
actually did it
fooled.
right.
Don't be fooled, because this just looks like a normal
Holy
Hershey
cow.
Kiss on the outside. There's no white chocolate, there's no stripes, but that maybe makes it even better because your expectations are low.
I am really surprised.
Stick it in your mouth, and that thing is great. The texture, it's nice and like, what do you even call that?
I gotta do that again.
Goopy, but in the best way possible.
Especially after the hot cocoa one with the fake marshmallow in there. That was like really a letdown.
Okay, let's see
This
if I
one,
can get a cross section.
They redeemed themselves. Wow, most of it is that cherry stuff.
Let's see. Okay. So yeah, they got a lot of that cherry stuff in there. I don't know the best way to show you guys this. It's gonna be kind of blurry if I put it up here. I don't know if you can see it back here. But yeah, they did the cherry very well in that. Is it better than the peppermint or the candy cane?
I don't know that it's better, but I think it's just as good, so I'm gonna have to give
Well,
it a 9.
you know what I would say? The candy cane flavor was a little bit better, but I'm more impressed with this one. You said you're gonna give it a 9?
A 9.
Isn't that the same as you gave the last one?
Yes.
Dang it. I was going to give it the same as the last one too. 8.5. So that means we might have to do a tiebreaker
Okay. All right.
if the last one
Mint truffle.
is not better.
All right, last and maybe least, maybe not.
Hopefully
We've
not.
got mint truffle, and this one's got pretty cool packaging also. It's got little, it's green, dark green wrapper with little snowflakes on
I think
it.
this might be dark chocolate, which would be good for you because you like dark chocolate more.
Definitely is.
And
yes.
based on the packaging, this looks like it might be the same kind of deal with the inside as the cherry.
If they
So-
did it as well as the cherry.
That's the thing, because if it has the same like minty flavor as the candy cane and then the same texture as a cherry, this could be really, really good.
And dark.
Okay, my initial instinct is it's good, but there's not as much mint flavor, that gooey stuff in the middle, as there was with the cherry.
The mint maybe isn't, it's pretty strong, but it
Oh,
maybe
okay.
isn't quite right.
Yep, look at that. So it's not the same goopiness. I keep using that word, I don't know a better word.
There's not enough.
There's not enough of it, and it's not the same texture as a cherry one.
No. So it's not quite as soft, but
So definitely not as good.
I would say it actually is a pretty good truffle. For a Hershey Kiss, I have pretty low expectations for what they can do, but I would say this is definitely better than a regular Hershey Kiss. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah. I don't think it's as good as the candy cane one either because that had the flavor throughout the whole thing. Whereas with this mint truffle, it's just chocolate on the outside and then you just get that little bit of mint in the middle.
You know what though? I still really like it. Just not quite as much, so I'm still gonna rate this high. It's got an 8.5 for me.
Dang, okay, I'm gonna give this a 7. Don't quite like it as much. So pretty good score on that one. What's the total?
15.5.
But not quite as good as the previous two, so we're gonna actually get those two out for final. So candy cane versus cherry cordial. What does cordial mean, by the way? Like, well, I know what the other version of cordial means, but not the cherry version.
I don't know.
All right, let's try candy cane first.
Gotta be a confectioner to know that, probably.
I guess so.
All right, candy cane.
They got the candy cane flavor so good in that.
It did.
And candy cane plus chocolate.
Just like melts
I don't
all
know.
into your tongue. Got all the flavor.
I wouldn't
everywhere.
really think that chocolate and candy cane go so well together, but it really does.
I'm thinking, okay, what's the best Christmas candy? If I was going purely Christmas, I'm gonna have
Well,
to say peppermint.
okay.
But this is also a Christmas. It comes out during
I
Christmas
think,
time.
yeah, this is included in the Christmas taste test, so I think you have to
Just which
do
one
this
you like better.
fairly, yeah.
I like the texture better on this one. This one's really nice too because it's got those little crunchies in it. But I just like how this kind of is soft and gooey and melts in your mouth.
I think the texture on the cherry cordial is, well, maybe not even a little bit better. I think it's quite significantly better, but the candy cane flavor, I would say, is actually a lot better.
I think I would, if I was going to eat more right now, I'd want to eat the more
Exactly.
cherry
As
one.
like a snackable,
Yeah.
more snackable one, yeah, I think cherry is winning because that texture, just popping them in your mouth over and over, and it just melts in your mouth, and you get that goop, that cherry goop.
So I was actually just tearing up thinking about my mom. But I'm glad that her candy won.
All right, well, this is the winner, the official winner. Was it like this exact candy that she liked, or just cherry ones in general?
No, I don't think Hershey Kisses have. I think this is probably new for this year. So it's like Queen Anne's or something, cherry chocolates.
So if you want to try some holiday Hershey Kisses, which, if we're being honest, there's probably some better holiday treats or candies out there, but these are actually really good. They surprise me by how good they are.
A lot of people like Hershey Kisses.
Go for the cherry cordial, and also if you need two, candy cane is a really good option as well. Thank you guys for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, leave it a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We'll see you next week.
See ya. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.